Hey guys, it's Matthew Piasecki here, back with another RC video. Today in this video, as you saw from the title, I'm going to be replacing my 2075 servo gears. I'm going to be using these gears. The part number is 2072R. It's got metal gears, comes with some lithium grease, and I'm going to be replacing it on my big Traxxas Rustler VXL 4x4. I'm going to show you step by step and how to do that. Let's get to it. Alright, so to prepare for this project, you'll need some Traxxas silicone grease or any silicone grease that you have, some Allen keys, tweezers, a Phillips head screwdriver, and the gears of your choice for your servo, and obviously your car of choice for your servo. To start off, you'll grab your servo gears, open it, open the packaging. Nice and easy. And then lay out all your servo gears on the table that you have or workspace. Open your lithium grease that should come with your servo gears. If you don't, you will need to get that. This is the Traxxas lithium grease. And obviously all your servo gears. So now for this particular model, it's the 2072R. Some plastic gears don't have these, but like for this metal one, it's got this plastic insert which just gets placed right in there. And just wiggle it around, and then it should fit nice and snug in there. That's going to be the head of your servo. These are the other gears. You can just look at this for a sec, and it will actually show you how your gears are going to be put in. So yeah, that's very helpful that Traxxas does that. Alright, so now, if you're working like me, you have a big RC car, and yeah, you're going to have to take that apart. So, to do that, for me, the Rustler is very easy. It's a body that can just slip off, just like that. And then, my servo in particular is right under there. I don't know if you can see that, but yes, it is right there. It is the 2075 Traxxas servo, and I'm gonna have to get that out in order to replace it. If you have the Traxxas Rustler 4x4 VXL, you're gonna have to remove this screw in there, this screw right here, this screw right here, and then there's a little tiny screw in there in order to start your removal of the servo. Perfect. And now that I've done that, I've removed those 4 screws. I'm going to flip over my car and then remove that screw right there. And just like that, I've removed that screw. And now I can freely pop off this front assembly. And now that I have so many screws, I want to keep them organized. So put them in a safe place. And now, once I've done that, I can pop off this front assembly right here and put that aside. And now I can see I have the front disassembled, and now I can see my servo. Like I said, this is the 2075, and I'm going to be removing those plastic brittle gears in there and replacing them with metal ones. I'm going to take this drive shaft, put it aside, because that'll get in the way. And then I will grab my Allen key, and then I will remove these 4 screws right here. Perfect. Now after those screws are out, before I remove that, I can go over here and remove this screw, this screw, this screw, and this screw right here in order to remove that receiver cover. Once I've got those 4 screws off, what I can do is take out this receiver cover here, and then I can open this receiver box up, and then you'll see a wire over there in the channel 1 slot. You want to take that out. And after you've unplugged it, I have already pre-unplugged it, I can slowly move my servo out of its place. Just like that. Very carefully. And then what you want to do next is you want to grab your Allen key and then unscrew that screw that is holding the servo horn to the servo. And you want to do this very carefully so that you don't accidentally break your servo. Yes, that is possible, so don't do that. And then carefully remove your servo horn from the actual servo itself. Just wiggle it and it will come right off. Put that servo horn aside, you'll need that later. And then you want to remove these 4 screws with your Phillips head screwdriver. Once I've got that cap removed from here, I can carefully put that aside and then make sure not to ruin any of those electronics. And then on the other side, I can remove this servo gear cover, and then I can put that aside. I've already pre-removed all these gears. And the tricky part on one of them is that you need to remove this bearing off of this little gear right here. So yes, there we go. And now just use a clean piece of cloth to clean all that lithium grease. Alright, and once you've got all that lithium grease out, what you can do is you can put your metal gears back in the same exact places as they came. So this gear would come and slide under that bearing and in with that gear. And then you would put this gear on right there. And then you can put your shafts in just like that. This longer shaft goes in there, the middle, just like that. And then this shorter one goes in this right gear right here, just like that. And you can just push them down a little just to make them better fit. And then you want to grab this gear right here, this gear right here, and then align it up with that plastic thing. So you want this point facing away from the servo gears, kind of. And then just slip that right on, just like that, so that it spins nice and easy. And then you want to get your other gear that looks like this and slip it on the middle shaft so that it pushes down nice and easy so that it can line up just like that. Now once you've got all those nice and shiny gears in, what you want to do is you want to make sure that pointer is pointing away towards the cord. And then you want to get your lithium grease right here. And then you want to set your servo down, get this all nice and ready, flip the cap over to puncture a hole into that nice and sealed lithium grease. After you've punctured a hole, what you want to do is you want to just put minimal amounts of lithium grease into your servo gears. Just a little bit. Just a little bit for the connection points, you know. And then you want to, just like that, you want to close this back up with the silver servo type threaded inner, I don't even know what to call it. You want to just put that back like that. Make sure the rubber gasket is still on. Make sure that fits nice and easy. And then slip this servo cap right back on, very carefully, just setting it on, just like that. And then you want to grab your Phillips head screwdriver, and then you want to just tighten all those 4. Once you've got that nice and fixed up, just like that, you've got your new 2075 servo with metal gears now. Now, hopefully your problems will be solved. Mine was actually stripped. Those gears right there were stripped. And yeah, that was not very fun. So yes, that's basically the end of how to replace that. And in order to put this all back, what you do is basically you do the same exact process to take this all apart in reverse. Yes, in reverse. When you're plugging this back in, you want to plug it back into channel 1. I don't know if you can see that, but that is channel 1 right there with the notch facing towards the receiver. Just push that in. and then slowly put this cover back on, just like that. Make sure none of your wires are getting crimped while you are doing this. Make sure your antenna is good. Make sure your ESC is good. Just like that. And then slowly put it on. Make sure your rubber gasket is on so that it maintains that waterproofed nice and easy. And then grab your screws that you had and put them back on. Alright, now one more thing. What you want to do after you've got all your wires nice and tucked away, you want to grab your silicone grease and just add a nice and even spread throughout the whole thing to make it like nice and waterproof. Just spread that out a little bit along your wires and everything, because those are the weakest points in waterproofing. And then you want to spread out some silicone grease over this foam pad on your wire cover. So yeah, just like that. And then you want to just cover it and then screw it tightly back in place. Alright, now once that's on nice and tight, what you want to do is you want to grab your transmitter. You want to flick that on. You want to grab your battery. Right here, I've got my Traxxas Power Cell LiPo. I just want to plug that in and turn my car on. Place my battery in just to test out that servo. Make sure it's nice and aligned and make sure it actually works. And looks like it works pretty well. And then what I can do is I can put this servo horn and this servo arm back on the way I got it. And yes, this Traxxas Rustler servo horn goes on at an angle. Not sure why, but yes, it does. So yeah, and then just carefully screw that screw back on. Alright guys, that's it. Thank you all for watching. We actually finished this servo. Don't forget to like and subscribe for our next video. And yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.